When I announced that I was doing this daily video upload, someone DM'd me almost immediately how I'm doing it. And I replied, well, the true question is, how will I do it? Hey guys, this is Donna from Donna Makes Art, and in this video, I'm gonna be painting this angry man. It was funny that a lot of people really liked this one. Maybe it's because we can all relate to the anger that he's expressing. This is probably me when I'm in the middle of something and my parents suddenly ask me to do an errand. Gosh, I'm working on that annoyed face. It's not that I don't want to do it. It's just that when I'm in a flow, it could be quite hard to return back to that focus. So I find it pretty annoying whenever someone breaks my concentration. Comment down below if you have any advice on how I have to change my heart. Or maybe tell me if you feel the same way. Immediate obedience has been something that I've been working on, but still have not gotten down to a science. Going back to that follower that asked me how I'm gonna be doing this, I guess for this video I wanted to go through my strategy for this challenge. To be honest, these were filmed a long time ago, and I was actually saving it up for the time when I'm gonna be launching my Skillshare watercolor painting class. But I've come to a point where I've kind of lost my drive and passion for it. I'm not even sure if I'm gonna push through with that course. But I have done a lot of personal projects in the past. Sorry, let me rephrase that. I have started a lot of personal projects in the past. Sadly, I'm good at starting, but never great at finishing. But there was one pattern that I noticed about myself. I usually took action first before motivation followed. Despite being an artist, I'm inherently suspicious of emotions. While most people advocate for doing things that make you happy, I have to understand why it makes me happy. I'm very intentional with my approach in life. And knowing the purpose of what I'm doing is very important to me. It's to my eternal frustration that I can never figure out why I chose art in the first place. But one thing I'm sure of, there is a driving need for me to create. So I guess this channel and Donna Makes Art in general is kind of my journey towards finding that purpose. So even though I didn't have all the elements in place, all the questions answered, I took a leap of faith and just started. It's very interesting to see that I'm learning along the way and my perspectives slowly shift and change. Because I needed a strong reason to drive me to start, I convinced myself that this is going to be a business. This is about the money. This is about finances. But as each video passes and each post is put up, as I share my work and actually build friendships and relationships with you guys, my mission started to blur and change into a whole new picture. All this to say in a very roundabout way, this is a very opportunistic moment for me to get old files out of the way and perhaps grow a following. But I am also doing this as a step forward in the hopes of gaining some clarity on where I want to take my art and why I'm doing this in the first place. Rather than approaching this whole journey as something that I've already figured out from the start, I'm coming to a very uncomfortable realization that I'll never have everything figured out. And I'm being taught that I should be okay not knowing everything. But like the saying goes, chance favors the prepared. So I'm doing what is within my control to be able to tackle this challenge in the most efficient, fun possible way. So one of the first things that I did was to create a short B-roll clip for the intro. It's not very professionally made, but it's cute and suits my brand. The advantage of this is that my brain would be freed up to focus on just editing the meat of the content rather than trying to brainstorm the way that I want each video to start out. I'm also a very methodical person, so I love having everything very cohesive. This is a very easy visual indicator that you're actually watching a segment of a whole, so as an audience, it's also very advantageous. By the by, just want your feedback, also validation. How did you like the intro? I'm very curious to know. It would also help me to improve in my next series. So, good or bad, any feedback is much appreciated. Along a similar line, I also fixed my end card tags. I used to have it say follow me on Facebook and Instagram. Unfortunately, I don't really have the staying power to keep my Facebook updated. So now I changed it to YouTube and Instagram. I don't know how other artists do it. They're on every platform, but I'm kind of a minimalist in certain aspects of my life. Social media being one of those. Last but not the least, I tried to ask myself what would be the biggest hurdle in trying to complete this challenge. And to be honest, it's the voiceovers. For a brief while, I considered not recording any voiceovers, but this is my favorite part about YouTube. I love watching fellow artists come up with content and hear their thoughts on the piece that they're doing, or just talk about their own lives. Not to mention, this is my own very introverted way of connecting with you guys. For you guys to get to know me more personally and vice versa. There are two main hurdles that I have with voiceovers. The first is the noise. There's been a lot of construction work going on near our house and cars passing by constantly. My family also has a tendency to barge in while I record. To be honest, it's not their fault because I don't really have my own room, so you could also see it in the other way around where I'm being the distracting presence. But I'm also not one for... Hear that? Yep, that's what I was saying. But I'm just not the type of person to accept excuses from other people or myself. Instead of complaining about problems that I have no control over, I should exert my efforts to thinking of solutions that can help me towards my goals. As much as I want my videos to be perfect, the audio to be on point, I would adhere to Jake Parker's advice on finished, not perfect. The second hurdle that I foresee stopping me from the momentum of this daily videos are topics to talk about. To combat that, I came up with a list of things to start a conversation with you guys, because really that's the point of all of this, to connect with you. Counting the footages that I have on hand, I have about a week's worth. Whether these daily videos will extend beyond that, let's just see. But if you have questions or topics that you'd like me to talk about, feel free to comment down below. In case I don't receive any feedback, I had to think up of something that I already did daily. The first thought that came to mind was my devotionals. So guys, be warned. If you don't give me topics to talk about, then you know what will happen. So I guess that concludes this episode. The question that I wanted to leave with you guys is, do you have any projects that are calling for you to take action? If yes, then comment down below. Tell us what you're working on and how you're gonna go about things. What are the hurdles that you need to overcome, and what are solutions that you could perhaps put into place? So share this video with your art buddies or someone that needs to hear this message. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss future videos. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!